Assalamualaikum. For the topic 3 is about the internet and the World Wide Web. Alhamdulillah, we have done for the topic 1 and the topic 2. So for the topic 3, which is we detail about the internet and World Wide Web. Alright, what we learned for the topic 3, which is these are the subtopic for the internet and www. We learn what is the definition of internet. Of course, we learn about the history of internet, the meaning of internet, and the origin of the internet, what is the basic of internet, and also what is the applications, the usage of internet, and the applications. Okay, alright. So first of all, you must know what is internet. Okay, internet also we call as a net, N-E-T, which is the largest network, a computer network all around the world, which is about the connection. It's about the connection of billion of computer user or device. Okay, so nowadays we use the smartphone, okay, that we can connect to the internet. Okay, previous we use only a computer or laptop, which is we can connect to internet, but now we can use via the laptop or the other device, for example like smartphone. Alright, and each of the computers serve as a host on a network, which is provide service and connections to other computer on the network. Okay, before we proceed detail about internet, first of all you must know the history of internet. Internet launched in 1969 across the United States. Okay, what is the function of internet at that time? Which is the US Department of Defense, they start using the network project because of it's more on their project, okay, which is to allow the scientists in different location to share their information, and also for the military, okay, which is they use for ARPANET. Okay, the full name of ARPANET is Advanced Research Project Agency Network. So that is the little bit about the network, internet. Okay, alright. And so what is internet? Actually, internet is around the world. You can connect or communicate, okay, within the international networks, national networks, regional networks, and local networks. So if you look at this slide, okay, which is from the international networks, which is across the Asia, Africa, North America, okay, and national network, which is we can communicate or you can use the internet via the all the around the country, for example Malaysia, China, Indonesia, okay. And for the regional network is within the state, for example in Malaysia, okay. And last one is the local networks, which is within the organization, for example in surround in the USIM only, okay. So that is the meaning of the origin of the network, okay. With each organization on the network on the internet is responsible only for maintaining its own network, right? Okay, so we go to the next one, which is what is a client and what is a server. Okay, server and client actually they have different definition. Okay, for a client, first I want to explain about the server. Okay, for the computer server, okay, a server we have heard before this, which is always we heard that, okay, server down. Okay, what is the meaning of server down? Okay, server down is actually which is the server cannot provide the access content to the computer. Okay, so what is server actually? A server is a computer that manage the resource on a network and provide the storage to the computer server, computer client. Okay, so that is the server. The other name for server is host, H-O-S-T. Okay, so the meaning of a server is a computer that provide the content to the computer. Okay, so what is a client? A client is a computer that access the content from the server. So if the server having a problem, technical problem, so the computer cannot access the server, okay, the content from the server. For example, there are two server A and server B. Okay, server A they provide content for goals, for example, goals or using email, for example, and server B they provide the content um, for the other website. Okay, website A, website B. Okay, and one day, if the server A is down, so you cannot access the content, which is the goals or email received, because of the server. But server B, okay, your server B still can provide the content, so you can access the content from server B, but not server A. So that is the meaning. Okay, where we can find the clients, the computer client, which is the computer that you use. Okay, for example, in USIM, you use the computer in the lab. So the computer lab is actually the client. Okay, also our computer, our laptop. Okay, so that is the meaning of client and server. Alright. So a computer is connected to the internet and work together to transfer information around the world as server or clients. Okay. Okay. So next, we explain about how you connect to the internet. How we can connect to internet. So there are several types. Okay, there are several types of connecting to the internet. Okay, I think there are 5, which is dial-up access, DSL, cable TV, Wi-Fi, and also the satellite modem. Okay, let me introduce one by one. Okay, dial-up access is actually the modem. Use the modem in your computer, which is you use the standard telephone line to connect to the internet, which is you have to dial the number to access the internet. Okay, but the disadvantage when you use this kind of the type of the connecting internet, the dial-up access, which is it costs it quite slow, okay, slow speed, because of the temporary of connection. Okay, and DSL is next type, which is DSL, or we call as a um, digital subscriber line. Okay, which is a technology provide the high speed internet connection, which is you can use the telephone line at the same time. You can the telephone line also allow the phone and data transmission to be shared in the same line. Okay, so if you using the internet at the same time, you can still get call, incoming call, and you can make a call. Okay, boleh buat call dan sebagainya. Okay, that is the DSL. Okay, compared to the dial-up access, you only can use one line. Okay, you cannot share the same line. Okay, for example, you use internet, but you cannot use for the incoming for call person or whatever. Okay, because you use the telephone line to connect to internet, but for the DSL you can share the same line. Okay, for connection. Because the line, okay, the telephone line allow the phone and data transmit to share the same line. Okay, so you can use both. Alright, normally what we use now, mostly yang kita gunakan sekarang adalah DSL lah. Okay, okay, this one is a fixed wireless, or other we can call as a Wi-Fi, which is more on online. Okay, is high speed internet connections use the dish-shaped antenna, okay, or on house, okay, or others you can use it for the Wi-Fi. Okay, alright, and then the satellite modem communicates using the satellite, and mostly used for the rural place, okay, remote areas. But this type of the satellite modem is quite expensive, okay, and the line is high speed internet connections. Okay, okay, so that is example the type of how you connect to the internet. Alright, okay, next. Okay, when you want to use the internet, first of all you have to register the data internet. Okay, so who provide the internet connection? Okay, so we go to the access provider or internet service provider, which is a business that provide individuals and companies to access the internet, either for free or a fee. You have to pay. Okay, for example, the company that provide the service internet, for example, Celcom, Maxis, DJ, okay, TMNet, okay. So that is example of the company that provide the internet connection. Alright, and of course each of the company they provide by package. Okay, package A, B, C, D. So and it depends on the package. Okay, so let's say package A 40 gig, package B 20 gig. Of course, it's quite expensive for the package A because it provide 40 gigabyte for the data. Okay. Alright, so what is the meaning of 40 gigabyte for data? Meaning that you can go for 4G, for 40 gig tu, you can go for the 4G. But if kita dah habis 40 gig, so you back to 3G lah, lambat lah internet. Okay, still can get internet but very slow. Alright, because you use the 3G. Okay, alright, next. Okay, we go to the next one. Which is, what is www? Tim Berners-Lee is one of the who is launched the www, okay, in 1989. Alright, so World Wide Web is also we call as a web, which consists of the worldwide collection of electronic documents, or we call as a web. Web page contain the text, graphic, audio, and video. So when you when you want to visit the website, you have to go to the browser and you type the address and you go to the website. So the website we call as the web page. So what is provided by www? Okay, the first one is the communication protocol, which is we call as TCP/IP. So the full name of the TCP is Transmission Control Protocol, or IP, Internet Protocol. So where we can find TCP/IP ni? Okay, kalau kita type address HTTP www.usim.edu.my. So that is example of the address kan. So TCP/IP tu lah HTTP lah. HTTP is the TCP/IP or the protocol. Okay, so HTTP which is in the web address is the protocol. Okay, alright. And the special language for the web page is HTML. Okay, what is HTML? HTML is a language to create a website or web page. The full name of HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, so for ICT skill student, for my students, to create a web page, okay, you have to use the HTML that we will learn soon. Okay, after we have done for the all the topic. Okay, and the last topic, which is you have to create using HTML. Okay, alright, just a simple code, a simple language. So from this basic language, basic HTML, you can develop a simple web page. Okay, alright, and special links, or we call as a hyperlinks, one of the important element in your web page. Because web page ni dia ada banyak, they have many pages. So each of the pages must have links so that the user can navigate within the web pages. Okay, so let's say there are 5 pages, page A, B, C, D. So each of the pages have to navigate. Okay, how to navigate? Must have the hyperlinks so that the user can click and navigate to the other page using the link. Okay, so that is the hyperlink, or we call as a links, right? So that is services provided by www. So what is how we can view the website? For example, you want to visit USIM or Tamhidi website. Okay, Tamhidi website, which is http://tamhidi.edu.my. How you go to there? Okay, you have to use the web browser or browser. Okay, the example of web browser is Safari, Chrome, Internet Explorer. Okay, a browser is actually a application software which is allow you to access and view the web page. Okay, there are a lot of the web page browser. Okay, but some of the applications that you have to click, and sometimes when you click and open the browser, it cannot support the link or the application. So you have to use the other application. For example, this application, the internet cannot support, Internet Explorer cannot support the application. So you can use Chrome. Okay, try to use Chrome. Either it can support the link or not. That is an example. Okay. So that is the meaning of web browser. Is application software that you can view and access the web page. There are a lot of the example of a browser. Okay, next. Okay, in the web, the example, the most important thing is when you go to the website, first thing you have to know the link or the web address. Okay, or we call as a URL. The full name of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are using the correct address. Okay, same as when you want to go to the house, your friend's house, make sure that you get a correct address. Okay, so same as the URL, Uniform Resource Locator, or the other way we call as the web address. Okay, and web address, which is for example http www.usim.domain. Okay, and this web address we divide into two parts. Two main part. One is the first part is a protocol, and the second part is domain name. Okay, http www.usim.domain we divide into two parts. Okay, which is protocol, which is a http, and domain name, which is usim.edu.my. Okay, so we go to here. Alright, so what is the protocol and also what is inside the domain name? Okay, the protocol, of course, that we know HTTP tu adalah protocol, which is the protocol allow file to be transferred from a web server to the server, to the client. Okay, so you can see them on your computer. Okay, so that is the meaning of protocol. Alright, and usim.domain is the domain name, which is contain the host and TLD. Host is actually the name of the server, which is usim. Okay, host is server, and edu.domain is actually TLD, the top level domain. Okay, if you type the URL, you can see that the domain name, the domain name, which is the TLD, sometimes will be gov.my, edu.my, or .com.my. Okay, so that is the top level domain. Or edu.sg, edu.us. Okay, so that is the top level domain. Okay, so what is a top level domain? Okay, there are example. Okay, top level domain is where, for example, for authorized user. Okay, if you get the example, for example, .com, .edu, .gov, .net, .org. So that is the authorized user. Mostly we can find for the web address is .com, .edu and .gov. Ini yang familiar lah, yang kita biasa nampak. So gov is more on government. Okay, for the government institution only. Okay, so edu ni is mostly for the education lah, education website. Okay, and country code, of course, for example, .edu.my. So .my is Malaysia, US for United States, AU is for Australia, okay, dan seterusnya lah. Okay, so that is the meaning of top level domain. There are a lot of the top level domain you can search. Okay, alright. Okay, so now we go to this one. Okay, so we have done for the web address, we have done for the browsing the web, and we have done for what is a web, what is a Internet Explorer, okay, and what is the ISP, Internet Service Provider. Okay, now the application, the web application. Okay, the web application is application that the user can access over the internet. So the key word here is internet. You must have the internet to use all this kind of application. Okay, so I have 5 category of application which is under communication, searching, e-commerce, entertainment and e-learning. And we know that for internet activity, which is during the pandemic, the usage of internet is very high. Traffic is very is like a benda yang wajib. Okay, seolah-olah mesti ada. Okay, because of every activity that you do, especially when you are in class, when you study, when you for the students, which is they have to use the online class, internet. Okay, alright. And of course, one of the most popular activity using the internet is communication. Okay, via the email, chatting with the WhatsApp, Telegram. Okay, get the information from the Telegram. Teachers give the announcement through Telegram, so you have to always alert with the Telegram. Okay, and also you use the internet for search the information. Okay, you just type, you go to the Google and type something, then you can find the information. Okay, and e-commerce also one of the most popular activity, especially during the pandemic. Let's say previously that we can't go to the shop. Okay, because most of the shop, almost all the shop, especially kedai buku dan sebagainya, contoh for example, closed, and we have to use the online shop. Okay, you have to order online. Okay, that is one of the example activity for e-commerce. Okay, and you also use the internet to transfer money. Okay, to check or to bank in using online. Everything is online. Okay, and also for a business, one of the most important part is you have to make sure that you know how to advertise your product online. So zaman sekarang dengan zaman dulu sangat berbeza. Okay, so kalau you tak ikut, akan ketinggalan sedikit lah. Okay, so you make sure that you always follow the situation. Alright, entertainment is also one of the activity which is mostly of us use the internet for watch video on YouTube. Okay, learn for subject also from the YouTube. Teacher will give your a video, so you can watch the video on YouTube. Okay, video streaming. So what we learn in the class, okay, when we have the online class, we are on video streaming using the Teams. Okay, you also can download and upload the video. Okay, alright, and e-learning also is a part of the activity, the most important part, important activity for pandemic. All the students, school, universities, college, all the students have to use the e-learning platform. For example, for Tamhidi, you have to use Teams, Telegram, and Goals. So that is the platform for e-learning. Okay, so I will go one by one. What is the communication? Which is one of the example, you use the email. Okay, for example, I have email. My email address is halimatu@usim.my. So these are the format for the email address, which is you must have the username and also the domain name, and @ nampak tak @ okay, that is a symbol @ so this is the email address. And for your information, username cannot be only one, so meaning that it's a unique for only one. So if the other username already have Halimatun, okay, so you cannot register again the name, the same name. Okay, you have to use the other name. Okay, alright, domain name is actually, for example, usim.my, tv3.com.my, moe.com.my. Okay, so that is example of domain name and domain code TLD. Okay, alright, so this is the example of basic part of email which contain the two, kalau siapa, alamat betul-betul, email address, and then CC is actually is the person that get also the email. Attachment, subject is the title. Okay, the message here is what is your message, and also you can include also your signature. Tak wajib pun, tapi kalau if you setting the signature, your name and uh, your detail about your address, okay, you boleh masukkan. So dia akan jadi macam every time you send email, okay, this signature will include automatic in your email. Okay, alright. So these are the example of email. Okay, next activity that we use for the communication is chatting. One of the most popular and which is a part of our activity for web application. Activity for internet connection, which is for example like chatting via the Telegram, WhatsApp, okay, Facebook also have the Telegram, have the chatting session, and also in Goals also we have chatting. Okay, you can chat with your friend. I still remember that my first time when I was 18 years old, which is I chatting I ada masa tu cuma ada satu application chatting, but only between the UiTM student dengan UTM student. So it's not worldwide. Okay, just within the university only. Okay, so that is my first time I chat in when I was 18 ke 19 years old. Macam itulah. Okay. So now we have a lot of the application that you can use for chatting. Okay. So that is an example at Telegram and also WhatsApp. Skype. Skype pun dah tak glamour. Okay. There are so many application sejarah dia, MIRC dan sebagainya lah. Itu yang lama dulu-dulu zaman saya muda-mudi dulu. Okay. So next is the category of web application which is more on search. Okay, this is also one of the part the important activity why the user have to use the internet. Okay, for example, as a student, you have to do the assignments and you have to find a lot of information. How you can find? You can go to the internet. Senang, hujung jari. Kalau dulu tak ada internet, adalah tapi tak macam sekarang. Okay, you have to go to the library, you have to search for the books and sit and stay in the library from morning to evening. Okay, so ambil masa yang lama untuk you search for the information. Saya ingat lagi when I was I am ITM Shah Alam student student dekat ITM Shah Alam. Saya sebenarnya bercinta sikit nak pergi library ni. Okay, so what to do? I have to go to the library to find all the information or to do my assignment. Tak pergi nanti tak siap lah assignment saya. So I have to go to the library and I have to stay in the library from the morning okay, until I have find one. And of course you have to borrow the books. Okay, but that is a very interesting moment that you will remember until now. Okay, alright. So but now you have the internet, just type. Okay, sit in front of your laptop, just type, or using your handphone. Cari je hujung jari je. Everything is fingertip. Okay. Alright, the first type of the search tool is the search engine. Okay, search engine Okay, search engine. Okay, sorry search engine yang sebelum ni. Okay, search engine is actually where okay, search engine is a single program. Is where you just type what you want. Okay, you go to google.com and you want to find, for example, USIM. So you type USIM. Okay, so it can help you to find the information. Alright, so that is a search engine. The example of search engine is Google, Yahoo, MSN. Okay, that is a search engine. Search engine is actually one search engine. Okay, meta search engine is more than one search engine. Okay, so the combination of all the search engine, which is Google, Yahoo, MSN, they are work together to one application, one search, okay, one search meta search engine, which is help to for the user to find the information. Okay, alright. So if you look here, okay, meta search engine enable user to enter search, okay, and access several of the search engine in one time. Okay, for example, if you use search engine only, you go to Google. Google is a example of search engine. You go to Google, okay, Google will give your answer. It will respond. Dia akan bagi ni lah carian tu. Okay, only search engine. But meta search, you can use search engine, you can use Google and Yahoo. Okay, how to use all this kind of the search engine, which is you use one website. Okay, for example, like search.com. You go to the website search.com and you type the keyword or what you want to find. Okay, then the search engine will give the response. Tapi sebenarnya di sebalik search.com tu adalah bantuan daripada beberapa search engine. For example, like Google, Yahoo, and also MSN. Okay, so here example. Okay, let's say you want a query, you want to ask or you want to find USIM, for example. You go to Metracaller, for example. Okay, when you go to the website, you type something, then the website will give the response. Okay, carian awak tu. Tapi sebenarnya website ni sebenarnya dia ada bantuan daripada search engine yang lain lah, which is Google, daripada Yahoo dan sebagainya. So that is the meaning of search, meta search. Meta search is more than one search engine. Okay, alright. Now this one, okay, for the specialized is actually index page for particular topic only. For example, if you want to find about the education, you have to go to the website that provide the topic about education. Okay, so this website will give the directory for education only. So this is what we call the specialized search engine. Okay, alright. So I have done explain about the search tools. Okay, which is the search engine, meta search, and also the specialized. Okay, alright. Now, okay, we go to the next one, which is the most popular activity web application used by the user is e-commerce. Okay, so what is e-commerce? A business transaction that occurs over the electronic network, use the internet. Okay, so most of our activity online, which means especially when you want to buy items, okay, you want to order books or whatever, is through the online shop. For example, which is using Shopee, Lazada, okay, Carousel. So that is example of the e-commerce. But you have to make sure that you know what is e-commerce, okay, which is dealing with the transaction over the internet. Okay, and there are three types of the e-commerce, which is the first one is business to consumer, consumer to consumer, and business to business. So there are three types. Okay, I would like to explain one by one. What is a business to consumer? What is a consumer to consumer? And what is business to business? Okay. Okay, so now what is a business to consumer? Okay, business to consumer is a business company that provides a website to the consumer to order from them. For example, a company of aasia.com, a company of Pizza Hut, a company of Apple, okay, a company of Dell, okay, a company of Canon, or a company of the other product. Okay, they provide a web which is contain the item and also the price. Okay, so the customer can buy from the web. Okay, so that is the meaning of business to consumer. A consumer is a customer, which is kita lah, pengguna biasa. Okay, so we can use any there are a lot of the application or platform that we can use for order. Okay, for contoh, for example of website Samsung. Okay, website Samsung, they provide a website which is dia macam kedai online so you just buy from the website. Okay, of course you have to pay by online banking. Okay, so that is the business to consumer. Okay, what is the consumer to consumer? Is a customer, a consumer kita, we sell each other through the web. Okay, for example like Mudah, Lelong, yang paling glamour sekarang adalah Shopee, Lazada, Carousel. Okay, so that is example of the platform that we can use to advertise our product. Another one is, for example, like Instagram. Okay, example Instagram lah. So Instagram is one of the platform that you can advertise your product, you can sell your product. Or Facebook also, they provide a section for marketing. So the consumer can sell or buy the products using the Facebook. Okay, Facebook. So you can advertise your product using Facebook lah, Facebook account. Okay, so there are so many platforms that you can advertise or you can do the business activity. Okay, previously when we don't have the Facebook or Instagram, okay, the business company have to, or the consumer have to develop one website khas untuk online shop. So itu saja yang ada. Kalau sekarang nowadays we have many platform all free lah, maknanya free. Okay, percuma untuk kita advertise. Okay, what is the business to business? A company that sell a product to the other company. For example, company A, business company A and company B. So they provide a product and they open the online shop for the other company. So company B beli barang kat company A, company A beli barang kat company B. So that is the example of business to business. Okay, which is they using the web application or the online shop. Okay, to buy and sell the goods. Okay, or the service via the platform. Okay, and of course when you dealing with online order ni, the most important thing is you must know the payment method. Okay, how the payment, okay, how to pay, right? So yang paling senang adalah guna bank online lah. Senang bank online. After you pay, just snap this is how you pay. Dealing with the online shop, okay, beli online, which is you make sure that after you bank in, you have to snap the receipt and then you have to give the proof of payment to the seller. Okay, so bukan tak percaya, tapi this is more on reference lah. Kalau apa-apa terjadi, you dah ada receipt tu, kita boleh check. Okay, so that is important of receipt payment, receipt bukti pembayaran. Okay, and of course when you buy products online, you make sure that you know how to pay. Okay, either you can use the using the bank online ataupun or credit card, debit card, okay, or cash on delivery, COD. Okay, so there are a lot of way we can use for the shop online for the e-commerce. It's internet. Okay, the internet web application, one of the one of the popular application. Why we use the internet? Because of entertainment. Okay, so the entertainment actually they provide interactive and fun. Okay, so kita tengok video, sports, listening to the music. Alright, so there are a lot of the application web application that you can use. Okay, using the URL, okay, the web address. Okay, for example, if you want to play games online, you can go in a certain of the web. Alright, chatting, okay, is also part of the entertainment. Okay, okay, last one, which is the web application. One of the most popular also, which is especially for education. So what we doing for our class, ICT class, which is you have to use the MS Teams. okay, for video streaming. And also you use the Telegram, okay. Any announcement, any information, I will announce in the Telegram, so make sure that you always alert. And also for the web application education, which is we use for Tamili student, we use goals, okay. For USIM student, we use goals, okay. So you can upload notes, okay. And also for the quiz ke final exam semua dekat online untuk goals lah, dalam goals. So your assessment in the goals, right? To submit your assignment also in the goals, to submit your lab test also in the goals. So make sure that you already enrolled in my goals for my ICT class, okay, in goals. Make sure correct tutorial group, okay. So that's all for the web application that we have explained. Alright, so meaning that we have done for the topic 3. I hope you understand. Okay, you can also get more about the web application. There are a lot of the web application that you can use other than what we I mentioned. Okay, so the most important thing is you are willing to explore more, to explore more about the topic. Okay, so that's all for now. Okay, see you next week. Assalamualaikum. Okay, and of course, how you can shop safely online. So these are the rules or guideline. One of the most important thing is before you decide to buy, make sure that you do some research. Okay, you have to check the testimony, the feedback of the customers, and also make sure that it's not a scammer. Okay, so if the product is very cheap, okay, let's say harga laptop RM100, so that is the macam not logic, okay. So you have to make sure that the product is real, okay, and not a scammer. Okay, other than for e-commerce, other than we buy products online and so on, bank online also provide e-commerce. Okay, most of the bank also provide e-commerce. Okay, every bank, Simpan Nasional, CIMB, okay, Bank Islam, okay, all they provide they have the bank online. You just log in, then you can check the account, you boleh check account, baki bayaran berapa semua you boleh tengok dalam tu So that is also a part of the e-commerce, okay, bank alright. So meaning that the e-commerce is where is more on transaction online, transaction yang berkaitan dengan transaction online duit lah, okay. Okay, now we go to the another one, right? Okay, cable modem is allow access to high-speed internet service through the cable television network that provide by the company, the company that they use they provide service for the customer, for the user, which is using the television. You can connect to the internet. Okay, you can watch YouTube through your television. Okay, so that is example. Okay, alright. So next is the